Yo, yo, what up? It's your girl Joy, the Hip Hop Hierophant, and this will be your full supermoon in Taurus tarot reading. On Thursday, December 4th at 6:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the full moon will peak in the sign of Taurus. Now, this will be a super moon, and a super moon basically just means that this is one of the points during the year where the moon is closest to Earth. So it's going to appear like super big. It's going to be huge. It's going to be like it's right up on us, okay? So that means you need to be paying attention. Focus. Okay? So we will be using the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot like we always do for all of our moon readings. And I haven't done a full moon reading in a while. Okay? I don't know what it was, but maybe it just wasn't, for me to do. It just, the schedule wasn't aligning. And so here we are aligning. And yes, I know y'all supposed to get this on Saturday, but I was so tired from everything, all the traveling and stuff. I just need to give myself a break. So here we are, okay? Kicking off December with this full moon reading. This reading is just, I can already tell, it's piggybacking off of the December monthly. So I'm going to tag that, okay, at the end of this video. Okay, and I did like that because it got a big donut on there. And I don't know if I'm shadow banned. I don't know. But hopefully you'll see this. Okay. Cards to look for. Moon is... we can use the moon card, but the moon is represented by the high priestess. Okay, the moon is ruled by Cancer, so you can also look for the Chariot. Then Taurus is the Hierophant. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so look for the Empress card as well. And it's funny because Venus is going to be opposite the moon Thursday morning. Okay, like 4:19 or something like that. Is it 4:19? 4:49. Okay, Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be opposing the moon, and then later that night, okay, it'll be opposing the sun, which is in Sagittarius. So if you want to look at Sagittarius, card to look for Temperance, okay, or Jupiter, ruler of Sag, Wheel of Fortune. But yeah, that's like Venus meeting up with the moon beforehand is just like giving the Taurus energy extra oomph. Okay, now I don't know where you are in the world watching this, but you need to find out what house, okay, this transit is going to be moving. Okay, because some things are happening. Okay, we've got the Power Animals book here, just because it's a lot of animals. And I even have my moon book, my moon magic book. December is known as the cold moon, okay? And I don't know about y'all, but Thursday, Thanksgiving, boom, it was freezing. It was a cold front like no other, okay? Pull out the bubble goose, okay? I'm here, you're here. Frankie is downstairs, but that does not mean he won't come up here for a reading, okay? Y'all know he like to be apart sometimes. So let's see what we got. And theme. I'm like, am I doing all the stuff? The theme for the reading is letting go of emotional attachments. Ooh, okay. So let's see what we've got here for our fine young watchers. And of course, first, Nine of Pentacles, but right behind the Nine of Pentacles is the Ace of Swords, and we also get the Hierophant, or in this deck, the Mystic, in reverse. Okay, so let's see. You were being hidden, so let's do it like this. Yeah, okay, that's cool. We'll see where we go. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Do it like this. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles. when we think, well, thinking of Taurus is almost like hearing a police officer say, freeze, don't move. Like, Taurus energy is about predictability, it's about sameness, because they like the safety. They don't want to risk losing what they have for something that they aren't sure of, okay? Something that is not stable to them. Even if what they have is not high value, it is about safety and security. Like, I'm gonna just stay where I am. Freeze. No, if nobody move, nobody gets hurt, basically. Okay, that's what I meant to say. Not freeze, put your hands up, but freeze. Nobody move, nobody gets hurt. That's their logic. Like, if I don't move, if nothing changes around me, then I can't get hurt. I feel safe, frozen in this bubble that I've put around myself, my life, my family, what have you. Okay? And so that is where you are. Even how she is even standing. Look at the 9 pentacles. They are literally like surrounding her. She's literally in a bubble. Okay? With a little parrot. Okay? And so this Ace of Swords, it's because there is a lack of understanding about how things change. They don't like the why, maybe. Like, why do things have to change? Well, no, they don't. You know, to a Taurus, things don't have to change. We can just continue going the way we've been going, even if it's detrimental, okay, to what it is I'm trying to do. Okay, it's like the devil, you know, right? Like, why quit your job to go elsewhere? You already know how, you know, your job works. Like, people do that all the time. Like, oh, I'll just stay here because I'm comfortable and lazy. Well, not lazy, but lazy is associated with Taurus, okay? Couch potato, apathetic, okay? I like things the way they are no matter what, okay? And so this Ace of Swords is just reminding us that we need to understand how things change before we just resist the change altogether. And so with the Mystic, the Hierophant is saying in reverse, like, you don't know everything. You can't. You are forever a student. This is life. There are always lessons to learn. So why not try to understand how things work, as opposed to just being so what is the word, bland and blah. Like, Aries kicks off the zodiac wheel, right? Aries is all about, well, part of Aries is about the adventure. But Taurus is just like, nah, too many adventures, took too many risks, got hurt. So if I just stay here, okay, that won't happen again. I won't get hurt. I will be safe. I will be secure, right? And so the Hierophant is just saying that being safe isn't always what it's cracked up to be, right? Especially if you don't understand how things change, because whether or not you want them to change, things are going to change. You don't want them to change because you don't know how to maybe deal with said change. The Mystic is almost like you don't even really know how things actually like work. The Mystic even has 2 moons. Oh, okay. Strength. I was shuffling, but I was looking at the Mystic card. Strength card. This is Leo. Okay. So we're going to put this over here. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. Put it in the middle. Excuse me. You need strength. courage to change. It takes courage to inquire about how things change, why they change, how things will change. I know I said how things change, but how things change is not necessarily, or maybe the second how was like what will change. Okay? And so you probably don't want to change. You think it means change for you, but not necessarily. Okay? There might be a few things you need to change about how you do a few things. And some people, it might be something little, like maybe you need to clean out your closet. I know I do. Maybe you need to purge or get rid of just like the accumulation of a lot of material possessions, because that's all Taurus really cares about. Okay, it is about the material possessions, it is about the money, okay, and of course their family and their house. Okay, those are the main goals of Taurus. Okay, to maintain those things, maintain my money, maintain my family, maintain my home. All of that maintains my what? Sanity. Okay. But what are you attracting that makes you not want to change? Ooh, Aquarius. Independence, freedom, rebellion. Y'all like my little my little accent or whatever? So, dang, what did I just say? How to change. But we got Aquarius, the star. It takes courage to change. Do you not want to be independent? Do you not consider yourself a rebel? It's all about like the innovation, the progress. That is the change, right? And what you attract or what you're not attracting. Because you keep attracting these people that are like things around you constantly change, and you feel like if I maintain what it is that I have control of, then all that other stuff, it doesn't even matter. It's like I am ignoring. Okay, I got my blinders on. I am an ostrich with my head in the sand. I'm going to ignore everything else that is outside of my control, but the things that I can control, I'm going to make sure that it is exactly the same every single time. When I cook, the food is going to taste exactly the same. It's almost like quality control, okay? Like, that is what you're doing. But it lacks innovation. It lacks growth, progress, independence. Why can't I think of it? Technology? It lacks the technical skills. We'll see. But I think also you actually want to be the star. Okay? Your hopes, your dreams, and all of those things are tied up into what it is you're doing now. And so, and when I say star, I don't mean like actually famous. Maybe you want some type of acknowledgement, some type of attention, some type of pat on the back. And no, that's not an Aquarian trait, but remember, in a full moon, the sun is involved. Okay, the sun wants credit for the things that it's done. Okay, the sun wants to be recognized. The sun wants things to be reciprocated. Okay, that's why the sun is the fifth house ruled by the sun is associated with romance, because Leos are only doing things so that the other person can reciprocate. Okay, that's how you show love. That's how you get somebody to like you. You want to be liked. But we're letting go of emotional attachments here, right? If that's what we're supposed to be doing, we're supposed to be letting go of emotional attachments. That means Nine of Pentacles, you got to come up out of this garden, okay? Mystic, you got to come up out of this church. Strength card, come up out the jungle. Star card, come up out of wherever you at, because Aquarius, who knows where you could be, okay? You could be anywhere, okay? But you need to come up out of this, because 3 out of the 5 are major. 5, 8, 17. You're going to have to come up out of those clothes, because Nine of Pentacles, she is fully clothed. Then you got the nude mystic. The Strength card, fully clothed. Then you have the nude star. Okay? You are going to have to reveal. You're going to have to be vulnerable. Okay? That is what you are afraid of. The vulnerability. To let people know that you are afraid, that you are worried about the change, that you have these concerns. And that's okay. Just say, I'm worried. I don't like this. Say that. Don't just leave people in the dark. Six of Wands. And this is like a reindeer. I know that ain't in the Power Animals book, so I'm not even going to look. Six of Wands. That gives us what? A message of victory. You can overcome, okay, this practicality. Overcoming practicality is crazy, though. What is the message? The message is that you have supports, but you're not using them. Okay? You would rather, 10 of Wands, do it all on your own, carry the load, and then complain and say, nobody helped me. I did this all on my own because that's what I've always done. That's what I always have to do. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't always have to be this independent star Aquarius. You don't always have to be this strong, independent strength. You don't always have to be this strong, independent woman. Okay? Black women. Okay? You don't always have to do that. Put the load down. Lighten your own load. Share it. Okay? Share the weight of responsibility with others. Okay? People have probably tried to help you let go of these attachments, but you didn't want to. And when I say people, I mean like you probably could have went to therapy. You probably could have just had a one-on-one conversation with your family member or something along those lines. Okay, things could have been handled in a healthy manner, and you wouldn't be trying to overcompensate by, what is the word? What is the word I'm looking for? Let me get it. Let me get the word. Overcompensate by being so fixed and rigid, resistant, bullheaded, clinging, stubborn. Okay? Stop being so flippin' stubborn your whole freaking life. Okay? And you do that just so you can say, oh, well, nobody helped me. I did it on my own. Do you want a cookie? Because if you give a mouse a cookie, okay? You need to let go of those feelings of insecurity. Okay? You need to muster up some courage. Okay? So you can reflect, moon, reflect on the past, on your memories, because at this point your memories are likely distorted. Okay, because you might remember it one way, but somebody else remembers another way. And you all need to be comparing notes. But you don't want to do that because you're lacking accountability, because you want to be the victim. Neptune retrograde. Okay. Seven of Wands and Seven of Pentacles. We got 2 sevens. Do I need to look up 2 sevens? And they fell just... The Seven of Pentacles came out in reverse, but I'm going to show you both. Okay, 7 and 7. And what is 7? Major Arcana, Chariot, Cancer. Told y'all. Warrior, 7 of Pentacles. Patience. Patience. A true warrior has patience. You know why? Because you need to know when to strike. So you need to know when to let go, when to make the change, right? When to reveal how you feel. Let's look up 2 sevens. One day I'm going to get this little system they got up in this book. News. Bam! I already told you a message was coming. A messenger is coming. A messenger is coming. Messenger is coming. A messenger is coming. Okay? And so what is that? Let's see. So this message is a download. It's an idea, right? But you are afraid that if you act upon this, that you will be at a loss. There will be some type of abandonment, right? You feel like you would be abandoning what? Or who? What do you feel like? Okay. Change to you means abandoning something else. Change to you means there will be a loss in some capacity. What is that? What is that? Will you lose the message? The non-information news? You're going to lose the point, the significance, the meaning. Jupiter. Is Jupiter still retrograde? Let me see. Jupe. Jupity, Jupe. Yep, retrograde in Cancer, being ruled by the moon. I knew it. Meaning and significance. Let me see. It gotta be, well, it don't gotta be. Let me see. Is Jupiter involved in any of this? I see Pluto. Nope, that don't really count because the moon gonna be gone by then. Yes, the moon is gonna be, that's not Queen, semi-sextile Jupiter the very next day. So boom, soon as this full moon is dying down, as it wanes, okay, as it moves out, okay, the moon is going to be meeting Jupiter Friday morning. Semi-sextile, which is a soft aspect, so we good on that. Okay, so you feel like change or not change. Letting go of these emotional attachments will cause you to lose something. Is it the memory of someone or somebody or a mother figure of some kind, aunt, grandma? Are they no longer going to be in your life? Okay, if you say what you got to say or do what you got to do. Is it a child? You're afraid of losing some type of relationship, some type of connection to a group. And I say group because Uranus is still retrograde. Is Uranus still in the retrograde? In Taurus? Uranus is still retrograde in Taurus. So y'all got to understand, like, you can't just look at a single placement. These aspects matter. Okay, that is how you will be relating to your environment or to your internal spirit. Okay, your consciousness, subconsciousness. Okay, so you feel like maybe you'll be losing a certain part of yourself. Maybe you feel like you'll be losing like your feminine nature or something. Maybe you feel like what you might have to do might be a little too masculine. Maybe you gotta like take some kind of like real action. Okay, but last two cards, well, it might be three, I don't know, the way I got the card spread laid out. And Temperance came out on her own. Because Sagittarius says, mind you, December 4th is whose birthday? Off the top of my head, Jay-Z and my aunt. Okay? Two very successful, in my eyes, Sagittarians that I know. Okay? But this is going to be have to take a very delicate balance. Okay? That's all this is, a balance of mind, body, and spirit. Okay? To temper, we talk about this all the time. To temper is to is it gradually slow something down? Hold on. To temper. High quality of mind or spirit. Yeah, balance. A middle state. Right. So to temper is to find equilibrium. Okay? Something Taurus has a hard time of doing. Okay? Taurus, boom, one way or no way. But you got to get out of that rigid thinking because it is causing you to be stuck in like a loop. You're on the hamster wheel. You're in the rat race. Okay? Look how small her arms are compared to how, okay? Because you're doing all that heavy lifting when you don't have to. Okay? And now you got all this strength, but what are you going to do with it if you don't have the courage to come up out of your comfort zone? It's like nobody's lifting weights for nothing. You ain't do all of that hard work for nothing. Right? You've been working on yourself. That's great. That's great. But sometimes you got to step out of your box. Okay? Yes, I know you created the box perfectly for you. But you have outgrown that box. The Wayfarer! This is 6. With Jupiter in the background. This will be the Lover's card. Okay? Your rigid ways has cost you relationships and connections with tons of people, be they family, children. I don't know why I'm getting like real estate, homestead, land. Hmm. Hmm. Daughter, mother. But you got to be able to work as a team, as a part of a group. Okay, you can't do everything by yourself. I already told you that. I ain't gonna go back on that. I am not going back on that. Let's look up lovers just cause. Well, no, you know what? Let's look at the Wayfarer as written in the guidebook. Okay? The Wayfarer. Oh. Harmony, balance, self-love, choice. You have a choice. You can continue on by yourself, but I'm telling you, if you get too far off the path, guess what's gonna happen? Whoopsh. That's right. Love will find you in unexpected ways. Literal, metaphorical, personal, or in relationship. Okay? Tune into your highest self and begin forming that relationship with love. Love yourself enough to make the choice to get up out of, to jump off the hamster wheel. Last card. Because big, big blessings are awaiting you. Jupiter's in the background, just waiting. Ha, to bless you. Ha, abundance, good fortune, luck, all the things. Knowledge. End on 9 of Swords. There was another 9 somewhere. We're going to look up 9. 9 of Swords. And this 9 of Swords is not anxious or nervous or worried, up late night, with anxiety, stress. This 9 of Swords seems to be reaping all the benefits of all the hard work that was put in during this 9 of Pentacles period. Look at those 9 Pentacles, right? Just standing there. Nothing. Then 7 of Pentacles. Flush, lush, green. Boom. Colorful. Flower, flora, fauna. Okay? Gotta put these cards back. It's all about growth and progress. And I just don't think you saw how much you've grown. And so you were kind of like in just like this incubation period. Okay? You allowed yourself to marinate, so to speak, right? And in doing that, you didn't look up and see all of the progress, okay, that you have made morally, mentally, spiritually. You have grown so much that you probably won't even recognize yourself. Like, who is that? Because remember, we started off with the Ace of Swords behind the 9 of Pentacles, right? See what happens when you gain clarity about the true meaning and significance of this period of dormancy? You were laying in wait. Ooh, lying in wait. Lying in wait. That means you were just waiting for the right time to pop out. And now is the time. Now it is your choice. The supermoon is just a reminder of the path that you're on. The supermoon is to get your attention so you know, hey, now is the time. Now is the time. Right? So let's look up the 2 9s. And then, yeah, we're closing right on out. I didn't mean to keep y'all this long. But hey. 2 7s was news. 2 9s is receipt. You will be receiving. Okay? What it is for you. Okay? You will be receiving confirmation from above that this is the right time to make that choice, to make that change, to revel in your progress, to be the person that you are in the world. Okay? And that's all I'm going to do. I ain't going to keep talking. All right, y'all. See you next time. Peace.